Welcome to the first in this series of video trainings on sacramental record keeping in the Archdiocese of Seattle. In this video, we'll quickly cover the essential rules that guide how we maintain sacramental records, including why sacramental records are important in both church and civil law, what information goes into the registers, basic record keeping practices, and the relationship between paper registers and digital systems. Let's get started. Let's go through some of the general requirements for recording sacraments in your parish. First, every register should have the name and city of the church, the type of register, and the beginning and eventually the end dates written on its inside cover. Never remove the registers from the parish office. If your parish has a mission, keep its sacramental records in a separate register. This way, if the mission ever becomes attached to another parish, it's easy to transfer those records on and there won't be any confusion in the future about where they're located. Always use block letters for clarity, so no cursive or connective strokes between the letters. No erasures or whiteouts. Mistakes should be corrected according to the rules set out in video 8 of this series, making changes to the registers. And finally, all entries must be signed by the pastor or minister to confirm their authenticity. Whether this is done record by record or at the bottom of each page is up to the individual parishes to decide. Whatever works best in your office is fine as long as the entries are signed. There are several types of documents used to prove an individual's sacramental status in the church. These include sacramental registers. These are the bound books that serve as the official authoritative record of each person's sacramental history. Supporting documents that prove that the information entered into the registers is accurate. These are most commonly birth certificates, previous sacramental records, or other canon and civil law documents. There are also notification forms. These are sent parish to parish or from our tribunal office when someone receives sacraments after baptism or undergoes a change in canonical status like a marriage annulment or taking holy orders. And finally, sacramental certificates. These are official copies of register entries that are given to the person receiving a sacrament. We'll be covering all of these throughout this video series. When the Archdiocese moved from PDS to Parish Stack, parishes were asked to enter sacramental information into the new system for tracking purposes. That's raised questions about whether hard copy records are still required. This is just to clarify that the Church still considers the paper sacramental registers the official permanent record. Parish Stack is for convenience, not a substitute. Always record in the registers first. When it's put off, it's easy to forget, and we've had parishes lose years of baptism and confirmation records this way. Following up on what I just mentioned, let's touch briefly on our canonical duty in terms of sacramental record keeping. Church law is explicit about our responsibilities in this area. Canon 535 says two things on this subject. First, that parishes must maintain baptism, marriage, death, and other registers as required by the diocesan bishop, and I'll get into those in the next slide. And second, that the pastor must ensure that registers are accurately inscribed and carefully preserved, which implies some kind of oversight to ensure that this is actually taking place. Whether he checks on this himself or assigns this task to one of his staff is his decision, but the law is clear that some kind of administrative oversight is required. So, aside from baptism, confirmation, marriage, and death, which registers are parishes required to keep? Beyond those standard sacramental registers, our diocese has two additional requirements. First, each parish must maintain a register of catechumens. This documentation is important because catechumens have specific canonical rights in the Church, including the right to Catholic marriage and burial, even if they never complete the initiation process. Parishes also need to maintain a reception and full communion register. This register plays an important role. It records both the reception and confirmation of individuals who are joining the Catholic Church after being validly baptized in another Christian tradition. And like the baptismal register, it also serves as the place to note any future sacraments or changes in canonical status, such as marriage or ordination. I mentioned canon law and its relationship to sacramental records, but you might be surprised to learn that these records also carry legal weight in civil law as well. Many governments recognize Catholic sacramental records as supporting evidence for proving identity, age, citizenship, and marital status. They can feed into essential legal processes like applying for passports or claiming Social Security benefits, usually in conjunction with other documentation. Because of their legal significance, sacramental records are also vulnerable to fraud. They can be misused for identity theft, falsifying legal status, or fabricating relationships for immigration or inheritance purposes. And this is why we enforce strict policies and provide regular trainings to protect both the integrity of the records and the people they document. Thank you for watching this introduction to sacramental record keeping. If you're new to this role, we recommend continuing with our next video, recording and updating baptismal records. If you've been handling sacramental records for a while, feel free to jump to the specific training video that best addresses your needs. For more information, check out the links in the video description. And if you still have questions after watching this video series, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help.